Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. I'm Clara, and today I'm back to talk about a bronzer. It is summer, so we can expect to see an awful lot of bronzers launching, and I did pick up a ridiculously expensive one. Oh my goodness. I was walking through Nordstrom and I saw something new that caught my eye, and unfortunately it was from Mer, which is basically synonymous with incredibly expensive, and it was just sitting open like this on the counter, and it looked so pretty. It's almost like a little kind of beam of sun with its four little colors here. And I went over and I was playing with it, and I asked the lady who worked at the counter how much it was, and she was like, oh, it's $85. And I was like, I was so shocked. Even though it's La Mer, I guess I should have been expecting it, but I'm kind of used to paying like $60 for more of like luxury bronzers, and this one is bigger, 17 grams of product, so it is a little bit more expensive, but I do really like the quality of this bronzer. It is what I'm wearing today, and I'm going to demo and do swatches for you as well, because you can kind of use the shades individually too. So you can swirl them all together and get a really nice kind of bronze. It has a slight sheen to it. It's pretty warm bronze color. It doesn't have like shimmer in it though. It's a very subtle sheen, because only this tiny shade at the bottom really has kind of like a shimmer to it. And this one can be used individually as a tiny highlight, which I've demoed as well. And this shade is really matte. I also like that it's kind of a sort of grayer brown, so I can use it as a contour just because I'm on the lighter end of the spectrum. It's not terribly dark though, so if you are more medium toned, this probably won't work very well as a contour for you, but I do believe that the bronzer is dark enough. It's pretty intense when you first apply it, so you have to be really careful not to over apply this bronzer because it is pretty soft. This shade here is a really intense, warm, matte brown color, and this is where the bronzer gets most of its color from. And this is another kind of warmer brown color. I know it also looks pretty cool, but when I tried to use it as a contour, it was way too warm, so I'd stick with this one on the bottom here. But I do like that they've included kind of stripes, so you can kind of pick and choose from the product what you want to use. When I first applied this bronzer, I kind of dug into it a little bit because I'm really used to my Guerlain bronzers, which are harder. But this is a pretty soft bronzer, so it does pick up a lot of product. So when I put it on my face, it was like a big orange spot, and I was really worried that it would be too warm just seeing that. But it is what I'm wearing today, and I do feel like it gives a nice kind of summer glow. It is warm, but I don't feel like it looks orange once it's all blended in. I do like that it has quite a bit of color payoff though, because I think that that would suit more skin tones, and it does blend out pretty well, so if you do accidentally over apply it, you can blend it out pretty easily. I think this is one of the more natural looking bronzers I own somehow, despite it being really warm. When I've worn it the past couple times, I just felt like my skin looked really good and healthy and like I'd been at the beach, and so it's really nice. I don't know if it's worth the $85, but I do like that it's a pretty big bronzer. Just for comparison, the one on the top is the Guerlain Terracotta bronzer, and that's 10 grams, which is pretty standard for Guerlain. And for a lot of other bronzers as well. And then this one on the bottom, it looks like it's almost the same size on the inside of the pan here, but it does have 7 more grams of product. So that is quite a bit more product that you're getting in here. So do I think that the quality is there in this bronzer? Definitely. Do I think that you have to go out and spend $85 on a bronzer? Probably not. I still like some of my other bronzers better. My favorite is still the Guerlain one from the Shalimar collection. If you can get your hands on that one, I think it's really nice. And I have done a kind of older review on that one if you're interested in checking that out. And don't forget to check out some of my other videos if you haven't already. But also the reason why I mentioned that Guerlain bronzer is because I noticed that I really enjoy these bronzers that have kind of a golden sheen to them. I think it just makes your skin look really kind of like magical and sun-kissed in a way. And I do notice that the La Mer one has that same kind of golden sheen that it gives. And that's one of the reasons why I really like the tone of the bronzer, even though it is a little bit warmer. I just want to give an honorable mention to the blush that I'm demoing. It is a Surratt blush. It is only 4 grams in here, which is really tiny considering that you spend, I believe, $34 per blush. It's more than a Nars blush, and this particular one is just a really kind of intense matte strawberry pink, and the name is in French, so I'm about to butcher it, but bear with me. It's Fais Rougir. The reason why I just had to mention this, I didn't really feel like I could do a whole video just on these because the packaging is really frustrating and I do feel like they're overpriced, and people say they're expensive because they're higher quality, they're made in Japan, and I do believe that they are higher quality, but I really don't feel like I can recommend something that's in inadequate packaging unless you buy their separate palette, which isn't magnetic. It's apparently taped in, and the palette fits like 3 blushes and it's $21 or something ridiculous that I wasn't going to pay for just an empty palette. But I still really had to mention it because for some reason, out of all the blushes that I have, and I love blush, it's like one of my favorite things, over the past like month since I've gotten this, I've put this on almost every single day over any of my other blushes because I just feel like it's such a lovely spring color. So I know it's hard to come across these Surratt blushes in store, but if you are around them, I suggest just checking them out and maybe you'll be tempted by one like I was. I hope that you found this review of the bronzer useful, and now I'm really curious because of my experience with the Surratt blushes. If you guys have had any experience with that line, I'm really curious to hear your thoughts, and if you love it, hate it. I feel like there's not really a middle ground when it comes to Surratt. Thank you guys very much for joining me on my channel today. I'm still looking for those Guerlain summer meteorites. They said sometime in April they'll be coming out, so I hope they'll be coming out soon. I'm gonna nag you one more time to hit that subscribe button and like if you enjoyed this video, and I hope that you all have a wonderful day, and I will talk to you really soon. Bye!